Oh yes, you know I had to do it. It's epic. It's leaked, but this will be a play-by-play, scene-by-scene of the leaked Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice leaked teaser trailer. It's epic. It's awesome. Here we go. Get your popcorn ready. D-Daily, a daily thought. Scene that starts is basically a man saying, "Is it really surprising that the most powerful man in the world should be a figure of controversy?" Well, basically, this goes into a bunch of voiceovers, and you hear people saying, "Oh man, I like Superman. He's what this city needs." And then there's some people bad mouthing him, and then it instantly cuts to Superman looking at something with a crowd, with a bunch of guys wearing white makeup. I mean, it looks more like Cinco de Mayo death type makeup, but we do know that the Joker is established in the cinematic universe, and they could just be fanatics in Metropolis. And this is very interesting. The next scene, it cuts to a Superman statue lighting up with lights all around it. So it makes you stop and think, how far into the future are we? This has to be 5 years, 10 years from the events of Man of Steel, and you still hear voiceover of people. They got a mixed bag of Superman, and they're not really sure, but they are sure, and it goes back and forth for a while with voiceover from the people. We instantly cut to Superman holding up what appears to be either a rocket or a truck. I mean, the dude is doing his Superman stuff and just like holding it up. It's really an epic scene. But I wanted to touch on something. The statue, it goes back to the statue immediately after this. And it's amazing. It looks almost similar to what Batman got in the Dark Knight Rises, but much bigger. Much bigger. And then we see Superman in this crypt. It looks somewhat Egyptian, but he's definitely in a hallway crypt. You can see some, it'll probably come out to be a Kryptonian crypt with a bunch of armored guards bowing to him. So it makes me believe that these armored guards are protecting this Kryptonian crypt for him, because as soon as he's standing there and they start bowing to him, it's very interesting. And then we see Superman sort of doing his Superman stuff again, hovering in the sky with a little kid or a person reaching out to Superman, and he's just hovering at him, looking at him like it looks like almost if he's not trying to save the kid or he's doing something, but somebody's reaching out for Superman. And then it gets even more interesting. You see a pulled down Superman statue. Somebody shines a light on it, or the light gets shined on it, and it has spray paint on it saying "False God," and the crowd is either yelling "No more," "No more" over and over in the voiceover, or "No hope," or "No hope," because the symbol S, it would make sense it would be no hope, because the symbol in his world stands for hope. So it would make sense, but you hear either "no more" or "no hope," and then it just cuts off. And then we get a voiceover from Jeremy Irons, who's playing Alfred, and he says, "This is how it starts. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men to cruel." And then you see a glimpse of Ben Affleck portraying Bruce Wayne, and then you see the Batman costume, which is kind of iconic, just sitting there, and then it just goes to a bunch of quick scenes. One scene, Batman's in a building holding something, and the next scene is very interesting. It's a jet shooting at people that are shooting back at the jet. Then it quickly turns to the back end of the Batmobile. And now I heard a lot of speculation saying that this was the Batwing, but the way this jet is shooting at people, either the people that are shooting back at the jet are drones or cyborgs or something, or Batman broke his code and he's killing people, because you could clearly see somebody, a human, shooting back at the alleged Batwing, and the Batwing just coming down and bombing the hell out of him and shooting the hell out of him. So I don't think it is the Batwing. I think it's somebody, a bad guy, took control of some military jet and it just going to town or something. I can't perceive that Batman broke his code in this film and just started shooting people. And then we get a first real good look at Ben Affleck in the new Batman costume. He's looking through like a hole in the wall that somebody shot out or whatever. He's creeping and he's looking, and this dude is huge. I'm talking about straight out of the comics, straight out of the Arkham Knight, Arkham franchise. I mean, he's husky. Obviously, the costume gives him some muscle to him, but he is huge. He's the biggest Batman that you ever seen, from Michael Keaton to Christian Bale to Adam West. I mean, this dude is bulky. So keep it up, Ben Affleck. You look terrific. We're going to need your ass for 10 years, 20 years. Keep it up. But he's huge. And then it goes into Armor Batman. If you were at Comic-Con, you've probably seen this, but it's a little different. You see him, Armored Batman, looking up at the sky. You don't see nothing at first, and then obviously the thunder flashes, and you see Superman, and then Batman, or so we think it's Batman, but I'm pretty sure it's Batman. He asks Superman, let me ask you. No, I'm sorry. Let me correct that. Tell me, do you bleed? Superman, I guess, gets pissed off, slams down into the ground, but he's being as Superman as he is. And then Batman, it goes to black, and then Batman says, "You will." Boom, the symbols come up, and I mean, it was epic. It was overall epic. It was definitely epic. I enjoyed the hell out of it for a first teaser. Obviously, it was a leak teaser. I can't wait to see the real one on official websites. But this was a solid teaser. This is history in the making. This is history because we never seen these two characters on the big screen ever. Real life, you know what I'm saying? So it's history. I'm pretty sure when this comes out, it'll get 1 billion views within a day. Huge, terrific, great. I'm stoked for it. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see who they're really fighting. Whether it be a Brainiac or something. It can't be Batman and Superman just going toe to toe throughout the whole freaking movie. So I'm hoping it's Lex Luthor does what he normally does and hires somebody to take on these two once they've put the pieces together. But it was epic, man. It was great. I watched it like 20 times. I'll probably watch it 20 more, 100, 2,000. But there you go, folks. If you can't see it or they took it down, a play-by-play. D-Daily style. A daily thought.
What the hell, Megatron? How does my balls taste, Megatron?
And that's a wrap.